clap. I sort of hurt my hand more than actually making a noise.
I mean, as long as it made some sort of a noise, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's what I'll sync up with the clap.
Good. Oh no. I've just gone onto the Wikipedia page for the Rookie, and it turns out somebody was sexually harassed.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, I guess that has been a good episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
This is our first, I think, recording of this year.
Is it?
I think it's the first time we're recording this year. It's not the first episode of the year.
Ah. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We're
break.
going to get procedural on your ass.
Oh, that sounds intense.
What have we got? Right, yeah. The Rookie or Southland? Which one do you want to start with? Because they're of a theme. A very, very strong theme this week, I think.
Yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised at the strong theme of, like, a new guy joins a police force.
And is surprised by his first day or two?
Yeah.
I guess.
Should we start with Southland?
Southland.
Because I watched it first. And I've stopped calling it Southlands, which is nice.
It's got your man in it who I recognised. What's
Yeah.
his chops from Gotham, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's weird because he starts in LA and then moves to Gotham to be Jim Gordon. I don't know when he changes his name, but...
Or at what point they realise that Batman's a real thing. Does Gotham ever get to that? Does Gotham ever actually get to...
it gets to the start of Batman.
him being Batman?
You see a couple Jokers, and I can't remember if you actually get to bona fide Batman, but you get to Bruce Wayne starting to be a bit vigilante-y. But yeah, Gotham's good. And that's the thing, I sort of saw him and was like, oh, you're new.
So was this was pre-Gotham, wasn't it? Or when did he start doing Gotham?
I think Gotham was 20.
Perhaps it was after. Oh, there you go. Gotham, which premiered on 22nd of September 2014. Wow.
Oh, so this does
really that late? Jesus.
This ends in 2013. It's perfect. Assuming that he survives all the way to the end.
Yeah, I'm guessing he might not. Oh right, so I was just looking at the Wikipedia page here, and it said Ben McKenzie, and then it's got his character, which is Ben Sherman, and then his rank, so it's Police Officer 1. And I just sort of skipped the character name, so it was like Ben McKenzie plays Police Officer 1. And I was like, I'm pretty sure we knew what what his name was. I'll tell you what really, really struck me about Southland in comparison to the Rookie is narratively, it's not really driven by plot too much, is it? It's more sort of like, like some of the stuff that we really like does. It just plonks you into a world and just goes, this is what's going on. Here you are. Look at this. Like there is a slight through line with the kids getting shot and getting caught up in it and not wanting to talk to them. But really, I felt it was more just like it was almost like a documentary, like the style of it. It was almost going for real sort of gritty realism to it, which felt very different against the Rookie.
Yeah, no, it definitely, like, they're two very different takes on
the same
being
event,
a police
pretty much.
officer in LA. Yeah, but no, I quite liked Southland's like grittier, just like here's some crimes. Because
you know what?
is it just
sorry,
you just see like the one shift? I don't think There's,
I think it's the one night, yeah.
and I mean they get a lot in for one night.
So, well, I mean, it's busy being a cop in LA. That's certainly something we've learned over these two shows. I mean, not a lot of downtime.
Yeah, I think what it did quite well at the beginning was show you like the start of the end of the episode, and then flashback, which is something that what did that a lot? How to Get Away with Murder did.
Yes, yeah, it did.
And it was like showing you the end of the season at the start of the episodes, and building you more of a picture as the season went on.
Do you know what? I think that's probably the best example of that we've certainly come across. I actually think about How to Get Away with Murder a lot, because it was something that the pilot really, really stuck with me, and I imagine it probably is a very, very good show, but we just didn't carry on with it.
I did. I wanted to see what Paris Geller got up to after she finished.
Yale? It is Yale, isn't it? Because there's a whole hoo-ha about Rory not going to Harvard. That's something we've got coming up this year, actually, isn't it? Is that we're going to hit our 200th episode, which means we're going to be chatting more Gilmore Girls stuff. Yeah. Hopefully, by then, we'll have had an announcement that they're actually going to carry on and make a couple more episodes or something.
Oh, they better. Although, I think they're probably going to finish Miss Maisel first, which I'm okay with. Yeah,
you've really got into that, haven't you? I just haven't watched it.
Yeah,
like most things that we talk about.
Yeah, no. I mean, last year they were dropping 2 episodes a week, and it got to. I sat down one week to watch my 2 episodes, and I was like, "Oh shit, I finished it." Because I was skipping through Prime, just like, where is it? It should be in my continue watching, but I guess it might not be for whatever fucking reason, and then it just wasn't there. It finished. A sad day.
Yeah, wounded.
Yeah, didn't know what to do. Watch Gilmore Girls.
I've thought of, while we've been sat here, I've thought of one of the most perfect comparisons I think I'll have ever made on this, is that the difference between Southland and The Rookie is, and there's going to be very, very few people who understand what I'm about to say, but The Rookie is Kane and Lynch, and Southland is Kane and Lynch 2. Like, Kane and Lynch is quite cheesy, but it's like solid. It's a decent story. Southland is, the camera's all over the place. It never stops moving. It's a lot more like lens flare and crazy and kinetic. But those people who get it, which of all of our listeners, people who have seen The Rookie and Southland and played both Kane and Lynch and Kane and Lynch 2, that is quite a small pool.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played the Kane and Lynch games either, so...
The trouble is, it's now too far. We're talking about their 10-year-old games, and they just, I bet they just wouldn't stand up now. But at the time, Kane and Lynch was brilliant games.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of them, but not played. But no, I imagine that's a very good reference and benchmark.
It is.
It's not one that I understand.
It's a shame that, it's lost on you.
Yeah.
My genius is lost on you, I'm afraid. So
some wouldn't call it genius. But I think I've just been reading, and apparently it moved networks after season 1.
Oh, really? Where did it go from and to? Please, in that order.
NBC to TNT.
NBC to TNT.
And I think I want to say, just had a cursory glance over, the viewing figures. There is a marked drop between... so, pilot episodes, 9.86 mil in the US. Season 2, episode 1, 2.5. 2.5 is still big, but...
That's a big drop-off from...
Well, the finale of season 1 had 6.3. So it is quite a substantial drop-off. And then it just averages around 1.5 to 2.
I do find it weird how it does that sort of, I guess, inverse bell curve. Like, it starts big, and then towards the middle, that's probably where you get your fewest number of viewers. But then ratchets back up at the end. So it just makes you think, who are these people that start it, don't keep up with it, and then just watch the ending? Like,
I mean, I think
who's doing that?
you contribute to pilot episodes having a significantly higher viewing than any other episode.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, over the years we've done quite a number of shows like that. To be fair, so
yeah, but this one, like, I think normally. You quite often with these, like, because they've handily put it in a graph for me so I can just look at it. They normally start high, drop down, and then your last season starts to pick back up. This one just kind of flatlines. Which,
I mean, we should. That's really sad, but
it is. I mean, they still put in good views, enough to keep it going for another 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But apparently, with that came a change of, like, going from the like quite ensemble, like just going to crimes, like wherever they're happening, they went to more focused on like the central cluster of characters, which I think could have been detrimental to the viewing figures moving forwards, because you've obviously identified that as a thing that you really liked. And if they just took that away and went, yeah, it's just sort of a normal police show now.
Yeah. Although I cannot remember the guy's name, but there's that one guy in there who is just a complete dick. Who is he? I can't remember his name. But he's making all the really shit, like, horrible jokes and...
Wait, which show are you talking about? Because that describes a character in both, I think.
Southland is the one I was more sort of not offended by. The one I was more sort of like, I really don't like this guy, was the one from Southland.
Yeah, is it?
He's the one. He puts the female cop in the headlock. That guy. I cannot remember his name.
I think that's because he's unimportant.
Yeah.
Does he get shot?
Right then.
Yeah, he gets shot in this, doesn't he?
He's the one that gets shot, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was kind of just like, leave him.
Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't bother. Don't worry about
that. Yeah. I get maybe what he's trying to do is, I guess, be a little bit edgy. Unless that's just what police in LA are like.
But I do look at that, like, you know, it came out in 2009. Is that, like, you don't know which side the makers are on. Do you know what I mean? Like, given it was 2009, there's still a little bit of... It was before we all started looking at ourselves and how women are treated and going, hang on a minute, this ain't right, is it? So I do wonder if that's just him trying to be a bit of, like you said, a maverick or whatever, and that's how he's been written, when really, I just don't cut it.
Yeah, I think it is probably more the trying to be a bit edgy and, like, be like, oh, look, they're just mucking about. Because she pushes young Jim Gordon away, so she doesn't seem not into it, but it is just a bit like, Like, there are just random scenes in it. I think in both they just felt a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I quite enjoyed Southlands. I don't think I'll watch it because it's not free.
And that's the only reason, is it?
Weirdly, because it's now all streaming services, it does genuinely make a difference. If it's not like, oh fuck, I have to see the rest of this, then it not being free to watch is a bit of a... Like, if it was free, I think actually if either of these were free, I'd have probably continued watching them.
I feel like... I mean, we will get onto the Rookie, but yeah, I don't think I would have continued with either of them, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think Southlands would have made... Actually, saying that, I think they've already made... Is it End of Watch, the Jake Gyllenhaal film?
That was what I was put in mind of by Southland. I've not actually seen that film, but I'm just aware that they made it like sort of as close to the real thing as possible.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen it.
It was about 2013. It was, I think.
2012.
2012. Oh, come on! I was a year out. That's not bad.
Yeah, that isn't bad. It's pretty sad. It's got Anna Kendrick in it.
Does it? Oh, we might have to give it a watch then.
Yeah, it's one of those ones I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
I think they used like sort of body. It was around that sort of. I mean, again, we'll come on to that with the Rookie, but it was around the time that GoPros started being a real big thing in TV shows, and then they show up in The Hobbit, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, because in The Hobbit it's jarring. I think I was thinking of the Keanu Reeves one, but I can't remember what that's called either.
Point Break?
No, he's done another. It's
oh yeah,
yeah. I can't remember what it's called. It's really annoying because I
The
remember,
Matrix. That's it.
No, I could have been Speed. He's a police officer in it.
No. It's yeah. I know that there's a cop movie that he did.
It was really good, and that's what it reminded me. Oh, Street Kings.
That's it. Street Kings. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I said end of watch. But they're the same sort of thing where it's like quite a gritty one night like mess.
Yeah. Which
and
you know,
I was
we're big fans of that.
Yeah, because in my head I was just like, Southland, they could have just made it a film, and I was like, they have literally made dozens of those films. But I think if you just make it a little bit longer, it would be a good 90 minutes. But yeah, no, it's a weird thing now that like if I have to purchase it on a streaming service, I'm probably not going to bother unless it's like knocked my socks off.
Yeah, like Years and Years. To be fair, because I was more than happy to pay for Years and Years because it just went that went like ridiculous places.
Yeah, like that was one of those that I watched. I got to the end of the first episode and was like, God, I'm glad I watched the other show first because the rest of my afternoon is this. But yeah, some shows just don't hit like that. Speaking of shows that just don't hit like that.
Nice.
To be fair, I almost entirely wrote the show off when I saw
Nathan Fillion.
But I think this might be the first show that he's been in that we've done that I don't hate.
Do you only hate him because of Firefly?
No, I don't think I generally gel with the characters that he chooses to portray because I think it's just that I don't feel like he ever really acts.
Oh,
like you know the people who just kind of
he just is. That's just him, and that's what you hire him to do. Like Ryan Reynolds has turned into.
Well, you shut your mouth. Ryan Reynolds is a treasure. He owns something to do with Wales.
Wrexham Football Club is what he owns.
Yeah. No, I knew what it was, but it was funnier to pretend I didn't know because football.
2 seconds. Our Alexa just booted off for some reason. What did she say?
Don't tell them connecting to the internet.
Oh, well, shut up then. You might have to cut that one.
No, that's staying in. Your Alexa can't connect to the internet. That it was important.
Mute my audio for that bit.
I could.
Fair enough. You've not seen him in Buffy, have you? When he plays Caleb, because you'd like him in that because he's a real bastard in that.
Oh, Fillion. I thought we were still talking about Ryan Reynolds.
No, sorry. Yes, okay. Well, back to Ryan Reynolds. I just feel like he's just a bit of a meme now, and I think he's now in films just to be Ryan Reynolds in films because, like, what was it? It was what's that Free Guy that he was in, and then the Red Danger, or the one he's in with The Rock and Gal Gadot and that. He's just being Ryan Reynolds in it. And I'm like, well, I'm a bit sick of it now. So
yeah, but you react to cinema emotionally, and I
cannot experience emotion.
I'm just like Ryan Reynolds, yes. And then I go and I watch The Voices because I'm like Ryan Reynolds and Anna Kendrick, yes. And then I watch.
Oh my god! I just realised Nathan Fillion is in a James Gunn horror movie called Slither, which is fucking great.
Does he die?
I think he might. I think everybody dies in Slither, actually. Or is it? He's either. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Cool. I'll watch the scene.
It's. Does he? Yes, he does.
Sick.
I think. It's been a while since I saw it, to be honest. But also, it's got Michael Rooker in it, and he is brilliant in it as like this really horrible guy who gets all. It's very like gruey and body horror stuff. So like there was all these. There's like an infection of slugs, and then they sort of get into people and then turn them into big tentacly monstery things. It's good fun. It's very squishy.
That's a weird description of a film. Squishy.
If you really want an example of a squishy film, just go onto YouTube and look up Brian Yuzna's Society. That's a proper like squishy film.
Sounds gory.
It's not so much gore as like. Hang on, I'll send you the clip
Okay, thank you.
because it's very like. Yuck.
Yeah. I
it
mean, is
might,
it like
like,
in
to the
Hostel when
point-
they
it might-
melt someone's eyes? Is it like that?
Yes, but without like the Europhobia or homophobia or any of the shit horrible stuff that's in Hostel that makes it a disgusting film. Not for the content of the gore, but I just think its attitude is fucking rancid.
That's the thing. I don't remember much about Hostel because
When did you watch it?
I would have been too young.
Yeah, so I watched it last year, and I was like, genuinely like the opinions of the people who made this film are reprehensible, and they're all horrible people.
I think I must have watched it when Saw came out, like around that.
Yeah,
sort
it was.
of time.
Yeah, it was around the sort of the height of like the torture porn era, like in the early noughties. So what was it? Hostel must have been like 2003, 2004, maybe
Yeah, something
2005
like that.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, this
so
is a
just
man
as-
eating another man. Sick.
Yeah, keep going. We're watching the if you've seen it, you'll understand what this is. But the shunting scene from Society, which is yeah, again, I can't think of a better word than squishy.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. The visual trickery is not. Oh, interesting. That is
Hang on.
definitely a fake man.
Oh, it doesn't even have like the bit, right? I might have to, because like it carries on like that shunting scene, and then they all connect to each other, and then you realise that there's a man who's got a face where his arsehole is.
Oh,
So that's nice. Here,
yeah. I'm struggling to
send
see
you
how
some
that's
pictures.
just a film. But I'm guessing there's a story behind it. But speaking of story-driven things, The Rookie. Do you remember when we were talking about The Rookie? Oh, the tangent was I don't like Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, and somehow that led to Brian Yuzna's Society.
Yeah, you did that all on your own. But the thing is, I actually quite like the. The fuck is that?
I've just sent Rich the picture of the guy whose face is where his arsehole should be.
Yeah, that's. He kind of looks like Jabba's assistant.
What, Bib Fortuna?
Yeah.
He does a bit, actually, doesn't he?
I don't know who's going to take that as an insult.
Bib Fortuna, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead, though. He got killed by Boba Fett.
Ah, shame. Oh, is that in Mandalorian Season 2.5?
Yes. Also known as Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. But it's not its proper name.
No. We've strayed again. Yeah, The Rookie is actually quite good, isn't it? It's cheesy as fuck, but it's not bad.
Yeah, like it's less of a. It's less gritty. It's not
Yep.
like. It's not without its moments, but it's mostly Nathan Fillion's midlife crisis. But I also quite like the idea that he just like talks down a bank robber, distracts him so the police can get in and shoot him, and then just goes, "Do you know what?
I quite fancy a bit of this."
Yeah. And the thing that it was that of all the whole episode, that scene that I was like, oh, he's doing acting, because I haven't actually seen him do like vulnerable, because he always seems to play really cocky characters, but this character isn't cocky, but is just good, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Although I do wonder how tiring the whole like dad cop thing would be, like going into the is it the gym he goes into, and he goes, "Oh, I've just never seen a I've never seen a fuse board connected next to a water pipe."
Yeah,
and
but that's like watching a film with you, because he notices something in the construction that is incorrect, like you do with films.
Like faces and arsehole swapping.
Yeah, like inherently that is quite obviously not the correct construction of a human being. But I think what I quite like is it doesn't make him flawless, because it would be quite easy to just make him hero dad cop.
Yeah.
Instead, he's just dad cop who is still a rookie.
Like particularly trying to get through that gate.
It's through the gate, like just whiling on the window of a car with a nightstick that's not breaking it. I mean, it's only that's one day. He does two things.
And sneaking around with one of his cohorts. That's probably not too clever of an idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, when his training officer finds out, and I mean, even whichever one he was sleeping with, I can't remember her name. Even they were just sort of like, "Oh no, we can't go public because obviously, like, it's a big like no." I think that's mostly like an attitude thing, not like a rule. But it does sort of give you that. Oh, he ran away from his partner when they were being shot at. That was to save his girlfriend. Like there was those little moments, but he also shows himself to be a little bit like ruthless as well, where he tricks the guy who's got a knife to some randomer's throat.
Yeah.
And just goes like, "Ha, bang, shot you in the knee." I think it's much easier watching than Southland's, I think.
Definitely. It's very much a casual, like it's more, what's the word I'm trying to say? I don't want to
accessible,
say bingeable, but yeah, that's it. That's exactly the word I was trying to think of.
Because it's if you were to say, I'm making a TV show about being a police officer in LA, this is more what I'd think of than Southland.
It's pretty middle of the road. Some light-hearted bits. There's probably some decent drama bits going to come up. But
I think there might be something coming with the casual race officer whose wife's a crackhead.
Yes.
Like that seems like that's going to be quite a big plot point.
There's quite a weird thing that happened actually. Like I said, I met with some friends last night, and Mo, my friend, he said, "Oh, are you watching anything at the minute?" I was like, "Oh, do you know what? We haven't really got anything on the go since The Traitors," which, oh my god, I can't believe we haven't spoken about The Traitors. But since then, we just haven't really watched anything. And this was last night, and I was like, knowing I had to record this afternoon. Tonight. He just went, "Oh, I've started watching The Rookie, but it's one of those shows that like I just have on in the background because you just don't need to concentrate on it." It's like, you know exactly what's going to happen at all times. It's very, very bingeable. Like, he was like, I've done like 30 episodes in the last 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
Bloody hell, man, do some work.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally see that. I think it's not surprising that one of the training officers gets shot on the first day, because that seems to be a theme. It's just I guess a trope of like
having guns.
Well, I think it's...
You have guns, someone gets shot. That's probably what's going to happen.
I would guess it's a trope of like police procedural shows, because they have to show the risk.
Yeah.
But you can't outright... Well, I mean, they could quite easily just... I would respect both of these shows more if they just straight up killed that character.
Yeah.
They get shot and just die. And also, they would have killed the racist, so that's not that bad.
That's a plus point. There is that really weird character in Southland, just going back to the whole the gun things and the risk of the guns and stuff. He goes on quite a strange rant about how much he loves his gun right at the end. I was like, I'm a bit put off by you now.
Yeah. But that is 50% of Americans.
Oh, God.
Well,
I mean,
but
to be
no,
fair, yeah.
I think I also quite like that. I think everyone clearly has flaws and ambitions, and it's setting up lots of character arcs that I hope come to crashing halts for the racist, and everyone else gets what they want.
I do feel like it's going to be almost shockingly PG. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a huge amount of risk. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels pretty middle of the road.
Yeah, no, because as soon as she says,
hero.
When you see your first dead kid, that's going to change you, and I'm like, well, that kid's not going to be dead.
I thought you were going to say, well, yeah, I mean, we've all been there.
I mean, she's probably not wrong. But I think, yeah, I quite like it. They all seem quite like the younger two rookies seem a bit more cocky.
Yeah.
But one of them's partner
dad
gets
was
shot,
brilliant.
and then
Yeah.
the other one just doesn't return fire, and it's like, well, you have more flaws than my man who's 40. So, but
Yeah, I thought it was a perfectly serviceable, decent. You know, it's not like a Breaking Bad or a Sopranos, or, you know, it's not going to change the face of TV or anything.
yeah, but it's not.
But it's perfectly fine.
That's the thing. For a police show, you, I guess, either have to go like dark and gritty, like murder, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, that is police shows. Like, that is really the full spectrum of police shows. And this just sits nicely right in the middle. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's good. It's the first thing that I genuinely liked Nathan Fillion in.
Good. Well, it only took till 2018 for that to happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he'd done something better than Firefly to start with, you know.
Buffy.
Yeah, but I'd have to... That's just a random episode of Buffy. I could skip that one.
No, he's in a few. It's the final season, but he's like the sort of the big bad for quite a bit of it.
I mean, we can just accept that I'm never going to finish Buffy.
Yeah, that's fine. To be fair,
it's
think it
weird that
probably
it's this way round.
yeah. If I was to watch Buffy now, I'd probably think it was crap. But because it was like a big like gateway into horror,
That's the thing.
And I was a
Nostalgia
teenager.
does wonderful things.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I told you. Did you know they made there's a new season of Saved by the Bell that came out like a couple of years ago or last year?
Yeah, I did hear something about it.
I think that
and,
might have been me that you might have heard that from.
Quite possibly, and don't worry, I won't be watching that. So
No, I didn't think. It's so weird that it just
popped up.
Yeah, it just arrived out of nowhere. But speaking of surprising things that we'll be watching next, you'll be surprised to know that we're doing some not very nerdy shows. House of the Dragon and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like
Never heard of him.
No, I don't know what either of those are about.
I'm actually really looking forward to watching House of the Dragon because I haven't watched it yet. So there's every chance it could end up in my top 5. Because, well, I mean, for one, Paddy Considine. So you're already starting out pretty strong.
Yeah. Have I shown you the pictures of him aging throughout the show?
No.
Cool. Glad I have. Oh, because I think I was going to, and then I stopped myself because you might watch it.
What is it? Oh, it's another 10 episodes. Okay, so and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, yeah,
We've seen it, but
I'm looking forward to watching that again actually because I remember
Same,
the
yeah.
first episode being incredible.
yeah, I think from what I remember, it's the same with both. Because I think the thing I remember the most about House of the Dragon, like we'll get more into this, but is seeing the HBO thing flash. And then it not cutting straight into Game of Thrones. And not getting... I can't remember if there's an intro or not. But then it just goes into the show and I'm like, but where's the... and that made me really sad. And then episode 2, it was back and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, I remember. So we were watching... I was on my honeymoon when Obi-Wan finished. Remember, we were watching The Last Couple.
Yeah.
Was it The Last Couple? It was like 4 and 5. But either way, it took a long time to connect, didn't it? But from the Maldives to back here.
Yeah, because I think you had to download it in the end, I think.
I did, yeah. Oh, God.
But yeah, no, that was good time out of your honeymoon well spent talking to me.
Well, the show must go on.
Yeah. We didn't even record. We were just like, yeah, no, you have your couple of weeks off, but Wednesday...
That was in my unemployment years. I was like years. It was a month.
Yeah, it was, and you spent it halfway around the world.
You were halfway around the world, and then the other half of it I was up by you. So.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing House of the Dragon and Obi-Wan. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's the first time in a little while we will have done nerdy. Oh wait, we did Lord of the Rings last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerdy TV shows don't come up that often.
No.
Like they come out really often, but they only start once.
Yeah, to be fair, that is like most TV shows.
Well, yeah, fuck off.